Hello everybody, today we'll be talking to our FTMO trader Daisy from Nairobi in Kenya. Daisy has been trading for 4 years, and thanks to her strategy focused on market deviations as well as her tight risk management, she made a nice profit of $13,000 in just 12 days.
In this specific case, I'm targeting a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. So I'm risking 1%, targeting 5%.
Welcome to today's interview and enjoy. So, hello Daisy.
Hi, how are you, Vitek?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, FTMO is a prop trading firm, and we are looking for trading talents who can get to manage our FTMO account with up to $200,000. Daisy, you are our FTMO trader. When I was checking your profile, I noticed that you started trading with us back in 2021, so that's going to be 3 years now. So how long have you been trading in general?
Actually, I've been trading for 4 years now. I was first introduced to Forex in 2019, but I actually started trading in 2020. So that should be 4 years.
All right. And which way did you start? So you started with a broker on a demo account, or what was it like?
So actually, around 2019, I wanted to expand my venture into poultry farming. So I contacted a friend of mine who we went to the same university, and he specialized in agribusiness. So after signing a lease agreement because I needed a piece of land, I was so much interested in his life because I could clearly see that he was doing so well financially. So that's when he told me, apart from poultry business, he was also doing Forex. However, he was not the one doing Forex because he had a cousin in abroad who was trading for him. But I asked if the cousin would be willing to take me because he told me he would get a profit of 30% per month. So I was very, very impressed. But unfortunately, the cousin couldn't take me in. But he recommended a company here in my country, Kenya. I tried the company. I invested around 1,000 USD. The first 2 months I was able to get my profit. On the third month, the company went under, so it was a scam. So,
you lost all the money.
Yeah, I lost all of the money, but not only me, so many people lost the money. So from that, that's when the spark of I had that initiative to probably learn about Forex and do it myself, because it is so, you can't really rely on people to trade for you. So yeah.
Okay, so this was the point where you said that if I'm gonna do it, I'll have to do it by myself.
Yes.
All right. So then you started to do some self-education, checking YouTube, the internet for educational materials, or did you have somebody in person who actually taught you how to do it?
Actually, I did a lot of research and I watched a lot of video. I used to watch 2 hours of Forex video every day. So I had so much information, and that also brought a lot of confusion when I got to the market because I was trying like 20 different strategies at the same time. So yeah, that was a very painful journey. My learning curve was longer than I had expected. So then afterwards, I decided to look for an academy to join to get the knowledge to trade profitably. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a similarity that you and pretty much all of the other FTMO traders that we have interviewed here, have. That the learning curve is usually quite long. That people are still thinking, you know, the ones who have like zero trading experience, that it's probably pretty simple and that you can learn how to get profitable within a few weeks or months. But yeah, the ones who know that it usually takes rather years than months to start being finally profitable and consistent. So
yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that you were trading multiple strategies at once. Now when I checked your FTMO account, I saw that you are trading GBP JPY only, right?
Yeah, that's the only pair I trade.
Okay. And has it been like this for a while now, or are you focusing on this pair just for past few weeks?
I've been focusing on the GBP JPY for 9 months now, because after joining Rock's FX Academy, that's where I got consistency with my trading. And in that academy, we used to, for the specific strategy that I'm using, we would trade 3 pairs. We would do gold and GBP USD and GBP JPY. So with my strategy, that meant that I had 9 opportunities in a day. And that was also so overwhelming in terms of risk management, because if you do 9 trades in a day, it means you're so much exposed. So that's why I decided to narrow it down to 1 pair, just as a form of risk management strategy, so that I can just focus on my 3 opportunities in a day. Yeah.
All right. And so why GBP JPY? Is it the volatility of the pair that makes it attractive?
Yeah, it's the volatility. I love the volatility, and also the time when I trade, I think it works well with the pair. And it's also I prefer to focus on 1 pair just to avoid the confusion and get clarity in the market. But I would trade every other pair the same way, but I wouldn't try to trade more than 2 pairs in one account. More than 1 pair in one account. Yeah.
Okay. You also mentioned the time. So do you have a favorite session you trade?
Yes, I usually, my trading period is from around 6 a.m. UK time to 2 p.m. UK time. So I trade London and partly New York.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the way you decide how to trade, so are you more of a technical trader, or do you consider the fundamentals in your strategy as well?
I'm a technical trader. The only time I focus on fundamentals, probably just to look at the high impact news, so that I know when to go break even to protect my profit. But I don't really focus on fundamentals. I just focus basically on technical analysis. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you for the introduction. And now let's take a look on how exactly do you trade. The path to becoming an FTMO trader is different to everyone, but it all starts with an FTMO challenge. Configure your FTMO challenge to your needs and become an FTMO trader just like Daisy. Now back to the interview. Then here we see Daisy with GBP JPY, so the pair you currently trade, as you mentioned. So can you give us some introduction on how do you exactly trade? You said you have prepared a few trades for us to describe, so go ahead.
So basically, I'm a day trader, so I majorly rely on 4 hours to determine whether I'm going to take that trade for that day. So basically, my strategy is based on the anatomy of how the candle form. So when I come to the market, the first thing that I look at is the structure of the market, whether it's a trending market, uptrend, downtrend, or whether it's a ranging market. So like, for example, for this specific trade, it was a ranging market. In a ranging market, what I do, I mark up the highs and I also mark up the lows and wait to see how the price will be behaving around those areas. So also in a ranging market, I don't mess up to try to trade in the middle of the range. I always try to sell at the top of the range or buy at the bottom. So for this specific one, when I come to the market, what I really look at is the previous candle. For example, when I want to take this buy, I'll look at the previous candle, which is this one. So I also try to just look at the anatomy of the candle. I know that the candle more often than not will either form a wick first before it flips to go to the other direction. So I'll look at this candle. I can see it's an indecision. It's a rejection candle. It means that the sellers tried to push the price down, but they failed to push the price down. So it either means the sellers are weak, it either means there will be a reversal in the market, or the bearish momentum is slow. The same here, I can see price try to push again down and it failed to break. So I'm just focused I'm just solely focusing on how the candles are performing, just their anatomy. If I look at this candle, I see that it's a bullish candle, but it's an indecision candle. So it either means that there's low volume in the market, or the market could be potentially reversing. So at this moment in time, I'm not so much interested in any indecision candle. For me to trade, I need to see volume candles. So for example, this one, the previous candle is bullish, and it's a bullish candle. I can clearly tell that the market tried to push down. It had failed. It has failed once, twice, and 3 times. And after the indecision candle, now we have a momentum, a volume candle. I know the candle is not as big as I would want, but I'm also aware this is coming from the back of an Asian session. And during Asian session, there's not a lot of volume. So I'm aware that the market is a little bit slow. So at this point, what I do, I mark where the candle has closed. So I'll mark here where the candle has closed. And at this moment in time, I know that I'm going to take that trade. Now I scale down to 5 minutes. So when I go to the 5-minute structure, all I'm just waiting for the price to do is to create a wick. And then on the flip, I'll be able to take the trade. Also, another thing that I'm looking for when I go to 5 minutes time frame, I want to see a trend going up, so which is also there. So this is where the 4-hour candle closed in 5 minutes. So potentially I'm just waiting for the wick to form, and then like I just grab the wick on the flip, and that's how I'll execute that trade. So in this case, the wick is already forming. And also I'm looking at sustainability. I want the price to create a level in the market where I can use to place my stop loss, because my stop loss is just usually below the wick. If it's a small wick, it means I'll have a very small stop loss. If the wick is a little bit big, it means my stop loss will be a little bit bigger. But at the same time, I don't usually take trades which the stop loss is over 25 pips. So this is a very decent, a very high probability trade based on my strategy. So I just execute the trade and let it run.
Okay, so if I understand it correctly, you partially let the development of the price decide where are you gonna set the stop loss. It's not like you would open a trade and be like, okay, each trade I'm gonna do like 15-20 pips. You're waiting for the price to basically create a level below which you're gonna put the stop loss.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. And in this specific case, I'm targeting a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. So I'm risking 1%, targeting 5%.
Yeah, that's another thing I've noticed, that your reward to risk is usually pretty high, around 4, something like that. So that's likely another thing that's helping you in your profitability.
Yes.
Now, the thing is that I understand that this strategy, that you're basically trading the market deviations, right, in a ranging market. If the price is approaching one of the levels, then you are trading the reversal. But this is not something that you can do every day, right? I imagine you can take only a few trades a month like these. If you're trading on because I remember that you do the analysis on a 4-hour chart, so.
Yeah, I'm working with the 4-hour chart, but you know, with my strategy, there's an opportunity every day, because I'm just focusing on the anatomy of one specific candle, how it's forming. So if it's within a key level, I am either anticipating a breakout or a reversal, but I wait for the candle to show me the direction on where I'm going to take the trade. So this is just an example where I use the strategy in a ranging market, but the strategy also applies in a trending market. So it doesn't just limit me to one market structure. Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we understand the way you set your stop loss, but how do you determine where to set the take profit? Because it is important to let your trades run and not to close them too early, neither too late. So how do you decide where to set the take profit?
So when I go back to the 4-hour, let me just show you that. When I go back to the 4-hour, I know this is it's a ranging market. The price is bouncing from this area to this area. So it's easy to say that I'll hold the trade and get 30%, like 30% risk reward ratio, but that is not possible because I'm just targeting 5%. I'm a day trade. I get in the market and I get out. But also the area that will really determine my take profit specifically in this case is I understand that the price will push, but at this point, the previous lower high that made this low is here. So this is where I'm targeting my profit. And by the time I'll get here, I would have got to the 1 to 5% that I'm targeting. So it's a very decent trade based on the confluences and also based on my reward. So yes.
Okay.
These key levels sometimes determine where I put my take profit. But also if it's not a ranging, sometimes it's a breakout from a trend continuation and I can't clearly see where the profit is. Because I'm a day trader, I know when it comes to GBP, JPY, or any other pair, there's always a day limit. So whether it's 200 pips for that day or 100 pips for that day. So yeah, even if I don't see a level where I can take my profit, I'm not so much scared knowing that the daily range is also on my side, so long as I'm on the right side of the trend. Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, as you mentioned, you're a day trader, so I assume you hold the positions for a few hours stops, right?
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to some indicators, I can see that you have a simple indicator that shows you the sessions. Do you use anything else? Some Fibonacci, some MACD, something like that? Or do you trade
Actually,
like pure price action?
It's just pure price action. I just sometimes I don't spend so much time in the market because I'm just looking at how the candles are forming. If I see an indecision candle, I don't even have to scale down to the 5 minutes because I know price is being rejected in a specific area. So I'm just staying away. And also for me to take a buying trade, the previous candle also have to be in the same direction. So if I'm taking the 4-hour candle, for example, the 4-hour candle that I've just shown you, this previous candle has to be also bullish. So I'm looking at that too.
Okay,
That's
so
a very big confidence for me.
yes, that's another confirmation you gotta have before you decide to open the trade.
Yeah.
So you say this strategy can be applied to a trending market as well. So, do you have a favorite? Do you trade rather in the ranging market or trading market, or do you really not care?
Sorry?
Do you prefer the ranging market or trending market, or do you not really care?
Actually, I don't really care whether the market is ranging or whether we are in a trending market, because I'm just looking for that one candle formation that will give me volume and confirm to me that we are going on this direction or the other direction. So basically in a day, because I told you I'm trading 4-hour candles, so from 6 a.m. UK time up to 2 p.m. UK time, those are 3 4-hour candles that will close around that time. So those are 3 opportunities that I have to look. Yeah. And also for me to execute a trade, if I plan to take a buy and by the time 1 hour elapses before the candle flips to go to my direction, I stay out from that market because I'm aware the candle can either do three things. It can either make a wick to the going down and flip up to go to my direction, or it can go up, then leave a very big wick on top and then flips down. In that case, I'm just staying away from the market, or the candle can just go up, go down, and decide to range, and I'm just out of that. I don't even get involved in that trade.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just looking at how the candle is forming, candlestick formation, just the anatomy of the candle.
Do you sometimes do scalping as well, or not really?
Not really, not really. But with this strategy, sometimes you get into the market and then after 1 hour you are done if there's volume in the market. So I wouldn't really call that scalping because I'm just sticking to this. If it will take 8 hours before I hit my take profit, it's still okay. So it just depends with the volatility in the market, but I wouldn't call myself a scalper.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, Daisy. Thank you for showing us the way you trade. And now let's take a brief look into your account matrix. All right, here we are in the account matrix, and as we can see, you had a profit of something a little over $13,000. You didn't really take many trades, only 5 trades here. So is this what your typical trading month looks like? Actually, these were only 2 weeks, but so you took about 2 or 3 trades in a week. Is that like typical for you, or do you usually take more trades?
Actually, I take below 8 trades a month. So that's also part of my risk management. And with that, it only leaves me with high probability trade because I don't have to force trades that are not A+ trades, I'll call them. So because with my strategy, I get so many opportunities, and out of that, I really need to choose the best out of the many that I have. So I usually not take that. I don't take more than 8 trades a month. I only need 3 good trades to meet my target for the month. Yeah.
Okay, so you prevent yourself from over trading, and you make sure you really take only the best positions, only the most profitable ones. Okay, can you scroll a little further? Let's see the trading objectives. Okay, so yeah, as we can see, max day loss, max loss, you stayed far away from the limits. You pretty much didn't almost even go in a drawdown. So yeah, that's a very well done. And let's go further. Let's check the actual trades that you had opened. Okay, yeah, here we have the reward to risk 2.4, very high, just 5 trades. And what is interesting here, if you scroll a bit more down to the trading journal, what I noticed is the very specific lot size of your trades. So do you use some sort of a value calculator when you open your trades?
Actually, I just stick to trading 1% risk per trade. So
okay.
that's it. I'll just take the risk amount, which is 1%, and I divide by the number of pips, and then that will be the volume. Yeah, it's usually 1%.
All right.
Yeah, it's a fixed that I trade each and every, the amount of risk I trade each and every time, but definitely the number of pips will be determined by the size of the wick of the candle that is forming, but I usually trade 1% risk each and every time.
Okay, now let's go to the finish. Let's scroll all the way to the bottom to see the final stats that we have here. So we have open time hour. So this is the Central European summertime. So yeah, Central European time. So as you said, you trade mostly during the London session. Buy, sells, pretty much similar as well. Do you have some sort of a preference? I noticed that some people get better results with short positions. Some people get better results with longs. Do you have it also like that, or do you just not care and you go whatever direction the strategy tells you to?
Actually, I just go whatever direction the candle is telling me to, because whatever the candles are speaking to me, that's what I follow. I don't even rely on my emotions because they've misled me for a very long time. So I'm just sticking to what the price and the market and the candles are telling me.
Okay, and let's see the last ones. So volumes, symbol, that's not real interesting. We can see that it's all GBP, JPY, as we mentioned. And the volumes are diverse as well, but now we know that it's always 1% of your account. Okay, Daisy, thank you. And you were speaking of emotions, so let's touch upon that topic a little bit in the final part of our interview, in the psychology part. Is there anything that you're missing in our interviews? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoy our content, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, psychology and emotions. It's something we didn't really talk about a lot in the previous parts of the interview. Usually with other FTMO traders, we touch upon this topic a few times, but not here in your case. So tell us, what is your relationship with emotions in trading?
So actually, I would say I've grown, because initially when I started Forex trading, I had done a lot of research, I'd gone through a lot of videos, watching different mentors, doing different strategies. So I could see a lot of opportunities in the market, and I wanted to execute everything. So it meant that I was over trading. And then after over trading a lot, I couldn't see any tangible results. So I decided to work on that emotion and now try to focus on just a few trades. But again, there came another obstacle, because now my worst enemy was now fear of executing trades. I would watch the whole day. I would watch the charts the whole day, and I'll just miss out opportunities because I now fear losing money. So I don't want to execute. So that was a very, very big obstacle that I had to overcome.
Okay, interesting. So you just didn't have the confidence in yourself to have the courage and open the trades. So that's interesting. And as you mentioned before, you had almost too much knowledge. So you knew everything in theory. You had the knowledge, but the lack of practice and the lack of experience didn't really allow you to fully use this strategy and to trade appropriately. So with emotions, you say it was the fear of losing. So how did you change that? Was it just like you just have to gain enough experience to have the trust in yourself?
Actually, I had to even go through workshop in Rocks FX Academy just to master myself and try to transform myself, to learn about my limiting beliefs and the factors that are causing setbacks in my trade. So the first thing that I had to do, I stopped backtesting, because I would watch the charts the whole week. I wouldn't really execute trades. Then during weekends, I would backtest. So the first thing, I stopped backtesting, and then I just started to trade. I wouldn't now miss the opportunity that will align with my setup. And I used to journal every trade, the emotions that I'm experiencing, why I'm taking these trades. And that's, I would say, that really made me to be a good trader, because I knew at that time I now had to face my own demons, because sometimes I would lose because of emotions, but sometimes I would also lose because part of my strategy wasn't working. So by journaling, I was now able to separate the trades that I would call S setups, but I would also see how I'm reacting to the market. So from there onwards, I just decided to just stick to my plan, stick to my rules, and not rely on whatever I'm thinking or whatever I'm feeling that day or that time, because that had misled me for a very long time, and I couldn't receive and get any tangible results. So yes.
Okay, wow. And this basically newly gained confidence that that you had, did it help you in some other aspects of your life outside of trading? Have you noticed some differences?
Yeah, actually, yes, because now I'm a more patient person. Emotionally, I'm not more aggressive in whatever I do. I'm more reserved. Yes, patience. I've really learned a lot from trading, and I also learned that whatever, if emotionally I'm not okay in my life, it will still reflect in my trading, and I'll still lose trade. So I'm just trying to. I've told you, trading is so tough mentally, so that whatever I learn from the market, I have to apply it in my life to come to the market sober and ready to face the charts again.
Okay, great. Well, Lazy, thank you so much. It was really, really nice to talk to you today. I truly enjoyed the interview. And if you have some final words, any advice you want to give to anybody, if any shout out you want to give something, anything you want to say, now's your time.
I think first I want to thank God for this opportunity and for granting me with this knowledge and opportunity to make money with Forex. And I would also want to say thank you so much to FTMO, because you are really changing lives by financing traders who are able to make profits in the market. So I'm really, really happy even about the scaling up plan and everything. Thank you so much. I would also want to tell all the traders that are watching me that anyone, if you stick to your plan, stick to your rule, be disciplined, be consistent in the market. If I can do it, you can also do it. Don't give up on your dream. Just hold on it long enough, and there's no way you will fail.
And that's FTMO. And that was Daisy. What a lovely interview, and we wish her many more upcoming payouts on the way. I hope you learned something valuable today, and I'll see you again in the next interview. Goodbye.